Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome into Celestial Oracle Codes. I didn't realize that we were doing part readings these past, I'm gonna say like 7 readings actually. So part readings are either readings that were going to be too long and they need to be split up so for easier digestion, or they are just readings that support and clarify each other. So those are always part readings. All right, so I didn't realize that this reading plus the last 3 readings are all part readings. So I'll go back and I'll put them together as parts. We'll do part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4. So if you are in this reading and you find messages in this reading, the guides are letting me know, your guides and mine are letting me know that there are messages in the past 1, 2, 3, 4 readings for you. Okay, so there's no possible way you're in this reading and getting these messages and those readings don't have messages for you as well. So that's what they're saying. All right, so you're making a direct plan. You're moving in a stable way, right? We're not going to call it slow, okay? But we're going to call it stable and focused. This is a practical way of movement and focusing on the prize, right? See how he's like kind of holding this in his hand? But the horse is kind of at a standstill, right? It's almost like they're assessing where they're going, how things are, what is happening, what will be the next practical steps to make. So this is where a lot of people in the collective are. And this is also the energy in the collective right now. It's an energy of security, stability, practicality, and moving forward with ease, flow, and grace, but also in a stable and practical way. Okay. Beautiful. So we've got our energy, and there is messages here and for you in the last messages if you are here. So this is not stuck energy, but it can feel like stuck energy sometimes because things are smoothing themselves out, and this is also the energy of things being worked out in the background for you. So the question is, what if you're not stuck because life is against you, right? What if you're not stuck because the Most High forgot you? And what if you're not stuck because you're cursed, unlucky, blocked, or broken, right? Because does he look cursed, blocked, or broken? No, he doesn't. He looks sure, easygoing, calm, collected, practical, stable, and secure. That's what you are, okay? Don't let it fool you into believing that it's stagnant, broken, blocked, or unlucky, or cursed. And what if you're stuck because part of you is still holding on to something that no longer belongs in your future? This can also be that energy, right? Of us slowly letting the things go, slowly moving away from the background that no longer serves us into the vision that we hold in our hands and into a new practical stable future. Okay. So for some of you that's the truth. But either way, take a breath with me now, because this message is coming through very strongly. And many of you are not trapped. You're standing at a doorway, right? That can also be seen. On the other side of that pinnacle, there might be a doorway here. You can look at the side of this card as the doorway. And he's just looking, and the horse are about to walk through. You can see it that way. And you're standing at this doorway, but you're trying to bring the old room with you. And you don't bring the bathroom into the living room. And that's why movement feels difficult. Because your spirit is ready for the next chapter, right? It's ready for the next room. It's ready for the next door. It's ready for the next thing. But some part of you is still emotionally negotiating with the last one. Some part of you feels like there's some, ooh, look at that. Look at how those came out. Okay. Let's just get the whole story out here. Let's get him out here. Okay. So see, now it's starting to tell itself. Story's starting to tell on itself, you guys. I'm just joking. Okay, so. All right. So we're going to get a good amount of cards out here because I don't want us to have to go back, right? We don't have to go back. We're not going back. And it's a good thing. I don't want no Ace of Swords or Eight of Swords energies, right? We're done with those. Beautiful. Okay, we're getting there. Here we go. I think we got enough. If we don't, we'll go back and get some more. All right, so. Boy, oh boy. Oh, the sword went over here. Gosh, wow. Okay. So I can look at these cards that have come out and I can see you're not trusting yourself. That's an issue that's going on here. You're not trusting yourself. You're not trusting what's unfolding in your life. You're not trusting leaving things that no longer serve you behind. You're not trusting the universe to supply. You're not trusting this rebirth that happened in your life. You're not trusting the fact that you can see everything the right way. You're not trusting leaving isolation and letting people come back into your life. You're not trusting your self-authorship and leadership coming into your life. You're not trusting the way that things unfold in your life. You're not trusting the power that you have over your life. You're not trusting the nurturing beauty and support that you have in your life, and you're not trusting the stable way that your life is progressing. You're thinking that you're stuck. You're not trusting the community that's coming in, and you're not trusting the stable actions that you're taking towards that community. Wow. Beautiful. Okay. All right. So we see, right? We're here to see. Unlike other readers, they want to identify with you emotionally. I want to show you the patterns, right? So we can make some better decisions and align with that better life. Here we go. All right. So we see the pattern, right? The cards have revealed the pattern now. And this is not judgment, okay? Let me start with that. There's no judgment here. There is only elevation here. There is only alignment here. There's only peace and love here, okay? So this is why movement has been difficult. This is why it feels difficult, right? All those things I just said sound like a difficult way, right? Well, that also sounds like you're resisting the way your life is going. And it sounds like pure resistance that's coming from within you. But some part of you is still emotionally negotiating with the last life, with the last chapter. And that is what you're going to talk about with me today. So as always, this is a collective reading. You know, I gotta say, thank you for being here. I love you eternally, unconditionally. But it is a collective reading, so take what resonates and lovingly leave what does not, for whom it is for, and use your discernment as always. Trust your own wisdom. This reading is guidance, right? Even though attached to the Most High, even though attached to your guardians and your guides, even though attached to the archangels and the angels and all the infinite, high vibrational, infinite beings of light. Thank you for the confirmation. But the discernment, the choice, the free will is yours. And I must say, so this reading is guidance, not guarantee, and not a replacement for your own decisions. And above all else, your sovereignty comes first. I love you. So let's tap in. The energy feels like exhaustion, doesn't it? Doesn't that sound exhausting, all of that I just said? Not trusting yourself, being afraid to come out of isolation, not feeling like things are going your way, feeling like you're emotionally drained, feeling like you're not truly stepping into your highest potential, feeling like you don't know where this community is coming from or who you can trust, feeling like the universe isn't fully supplying everything that you need, feeling like you can't fully walk away from things that no longer serve you, feeling like your confirmation received, feeling like you are taking actions without being able to think things through practically, and feeling like you're not nurtured, supported, and truly being cared for in the way that you so deeply deserve. For some of you, confirmation received. Okay, that breaks my heart to see. But at the end of the day, the cards don't lie. Not mine. They don't lie, y'all. They haven't lied to me since I was 13. So trust me. The energy feels exhausting, okay? Not because you've been doing nothing and not because you're doing anything wrong. It's because you've been carrying too much. It's because you've been carrying too much. Many of you are trying to move forward while carrying. Imagine, see him walking away. Let's go ahead and see this. See him walking away on the beach. But see the cups on the beach? Well, this is all the cups that he was carrying. Can you imagine? Can you imagine trying to carry that across this terrain? It's rough. It's rough. It's a rough journey. No, you gotta put those down. Put all, confirmation received, put all of that, all the responsibilities, all of the things that no longer belong to you, never did belong to you, are not your responsibility, are someone else's problem. Okay? Burdens. Put them down and walk whatever way you want to go. The way that serves you. Walk away from that which no longer serves you. Trust the universe to supply, because it is, and you know it. Okay? For some of you, you are entering a nurturing and supportive time where you need to be creating and birthing things through you. Others, you have just created something, or you feel like you've just entered or come out of a nurturing and supportive time where something has been created through you, a new business, a new venture, a new product, a new service, whatever. Okay, new clients as well. New family as well. Okay. Wow. All right, let's get into this. Many of you are trying to move forward while you're carrying old disappointments, right? Old fears, old betrayals, old expectations, old identities, and old versions of yourself that no longer serve you. Even though you came through a rebirth, even though you're leaving things behind that no longer serve you, and even though you went into the hermit where you have actually come into the fact that you have a higher potential, right? The judgment reverse means that you know now that you have a higher soul calling and you are working your way towards it. Beautiful. You might not know exactly what it is yet. We're going to find it. But at the end of the day, yeah, you stay on this channel, you're definitely going to find it. There's no possible way. But at the end of the day, right now, you're not trusting the rebirth, the transformation, the self-authorship that you're stepping into, the soul call, the level up, the community, the environment, and the alignment that you are now completely shifted into. That's what I'm hearing, you guys. Wow. Trust yourself. Trust the process. Trust the changes. And Spirit keeps showing me someone trying to climb a mountain with a backpack full of rocks, right? Across the rocky ocean terrain. Confirmation received with handful full of cups, right? You're not doing that. The mountain isn't the problem. The rocks are, right? The beach isn't the problem. All those cups were, right? The future isn't the problem. The wait is. And the first reason you feel stuck, you're still waiting for closure from people who can't provide it, right? You're still waiting for things that no longer serve you to come and serve you in some type of way. Well, that would be providing an explanation or closure. They can't. That would be serving you and doing what's right by you. And let's be clear. We don't walk away from the things that are doing right by us, right? So we're not giving any more of our energy and our focus and our peace of mind and our mental mastery to emotionally draining situations that are intuitively unproductive. Period. So the confession, the accountability, any of it, the conversation, the explanation, the apology, who cares? But often closure comes from acceptance, right? Accepting what happened. Acceptance that they may never fully understand. Accepting how inept and spiritually inept they are. Accepting how emotionally immature and ignorant they are. Accepting the fact that they feel like they're above you and they're beneath you. Accepting the fact that they will never be worthy of your energy. Accepting the fact that they have never been worthy of your presence in reality. Acceptance that they may never become who you hope they would be and become. And when you stop waiting for someone else to free you, you become free. You become free. You become free. You become free. When the Eight of Swords turns into strength, you become free. So the second reason you feel stuck is you're trying to keep an old identity alive. Right? And it's making you feel unsupported, like things aren't moving in your favor, and like you still need to walk away from things that no longer serve you. And Spirit keeps showing the version of you that survived, the version of you that struggled, the version of you that tolerated, the version of you that settled, the version of you that overgave, the version of you that constantly chased validation. That version of you helped get you here. But it cannot go where you're going. And some of you are trying to enter a new life while remaining loyal to an old identity. And that's creating tension. It's creating the friction of you feeling stagnant, of you feeling like things aren't moving, of you feeling like you're still with things that no longer serve you and people who you can't count on and rely on in environments that are not nurturing and supportive for you. It makes you feel like the universe isn't supplying and you might be moving too fast, or you might be missing steps because you're not thinking things through in practical ways that are making you feel like you have control over emotionally draining and mentally tiring situations that are leaving you confused and blind to situations that are obviously below your potential and standing in the way of your happiness and community in this life. That's what the cards are saying. That's creating tension. Because your soul has already outgrown it. The third reason you feel stuck is you keep asking for certainty before action. This is huge. Many people tell themselves, I'll move when I'm sure. I'll start when I'm confident. I'll act when I know it'll work. But confidence is usually the result of action, not the requirement for it. And certainty is often something we discover after movement begins, not before. Some of you are waiting for certainty when Spirit is asking for trust. You need to trust. Strength is trust. Strength is faith. Trust. Trust. Remove Eight of Swords, uncertainty, emotionally draining, mentally draining energy, and transmute it. Alchemize it into strength. The Major Arcana 8, right? Eight of Swords in the Minor Arcana becomes Eight of Strength in the Major Arcana, and you have your new identity, your new presence in life, your new lease on life is what I'm hearing. You are emotionally attached, right? The fourth reason. Many of you are emotionally attached. This could be a relationship, a person, a career, a dream, a timeline. It doesn't matter. A vision of how life was supposed to happen. Who cares if it wasn't and didn't? It's time to step into what is meant for you, right? What makes all of it worth it? Anything you've been through is the life waiting for you. What makes all of it worth it? All the things you've been through is seeing everything on the other side of the alignment that makes everything you've gone through, all the people, all the places, all the things, pale in comparison to what is coming. Do you hear me? Please hear me. Because you're attached to one specific outcome. Let it go. You're missing the new possibilities trying to arrive. Spirit says stop asking, why didn't it happen this way? Start asking, what is trying to happen now? And that question opens doors. So the deeper truth in this reading, the deeper truth is you are not stuck. You are conflicted. And part of you wants the future, and part of you wants the familiar, and they are not the same. Part of you wants expansion, and part of you wants safety. Part of you wants growth, right? And part of you wants certainty, right? Part of you wants growth and nurturing, care, support, and creativity, and part of you wants complacency, familiarity. And those parts have been pulling in opposite directions, confirmation received, but eventually one version wins, and Spirit is asking, which version are you feeding? The fearful version or the future version, right? The victim or the genius? Who are you talking to? Who are you feeding? And what the Most High wants you to understand right now, at this time, the Most High keeps bringing through this message. You don't need to carry the old story to prove it happened. You don't need to. Who cares? Let them go. Let them see you ascend. Let them see you do better. Let them see you not need them. Let them see that they are unimportant. Let them see how inept they are. Let them see how neutralized and unimportant they are in the grand scheme of things. And that is by being you, aligning, and stepping into your highest potential while never looking back. You don't feel bad. You don't have to worry about what happens to them because they weren't worried about what happened to you. And so at the end of the day, you can walk away from them and that which no longer serves you, step into this rebirth like you're supposed to, accept that the universe will supply for you, accept the new community coming in for you, accept the new higher calling that you have on your name, accept the strength and the new identity that you have, accept the nurturing, supportive, communicative, and birthing or luxurious existence and alignment that is coming through for you. Accept the practical steps and stability and security entering your life. Accept the self-authorship and the authority and the leadership and the overall power and presence that you have as a master manifester in your life while stepping out of the hermit zone but keeping your higher wisdom that you gained from the same and trusting yourself and the decisions that you make. That's the message coming through, my loves. The Most High does not need you to carry the old story to prove it happened. Right? You do not need to carry the wound forever to prove it was real. I'll say it in another way. You don't need to carry the disappointment forever to prove it hurt, right? You don't need to carry the betrayal forever to prove it mattered. And some of you have confused remembering with carrying, and there is a difference. Wisdom remembers, healing releases, and it's time to heal and release. Release that which no longer serves you. Release the people, release the places, release the things, release the situations, release all of them. They are powerless. You confound them all, I promise. You need to step into that truth in authority because their lies have no more power over your life. That's what the Most High is trying to bring to your realization today, because the answer to that question changes everything. What am I refusing to release? Right? Let it change everything. The future rarely requires more effort. It usually requires less resistance. And the door isn't locked. Your hands are just full. Remember, 80% of what you experience is 20% of everything that you've done. And so at the end of the day, that means 20% of your actions are creating 80% of all the experiences in your life. So that is a whole lot of pointless actions that you're taking. And on this channel, we're trying to get to the point of what we're doing so we're not wasting energy, especially on people, places, and things that no longer serve us and manipulate or take away from our sovereignty. That is it, period. So ask yourself, this is my guidance. Ask yourself, what am I still carrying? What identity have I outgrown? What outcome am I attached to? What fear am I feeding? What am I waiting for? What would happen if I released it? And what becomes possible then? Because the answer to those questions may reveal exactly where your freedom lives. Confirmation received. Thank you. If you feel called to, these are affirmations to help you to integrate, embody, and anchor it in so that you can walk into your truth, your highest potential. Repeat after me if this resonates. I release what no longer belongs in my future. I release old identities. I release old timelines. I release old attachments. I release the need for certainty. I release what I cannot control. I trust my path. I trust my becoming. I trust divine timing. I trust the Most High. I am ready for the next chapter. I am ready to move forward. I am ready to release the weight. And I am ready to receive what is aligned. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful soul. Those are all the cards and affirmations that go with them. I love you, each and one of you, unconditionally. If you're not a subscriber, do consider subscribing. We'd love to have you around. Other than that, beautiful soul, you are not stuck. Hear me now. You're standing at a threshold, and that's all that's happening. And thresholds feel uncomfortable. Thresholds feel uncomfortable because they require choices, and they require you stepping into new identities. They require rebirth. They require transformation. They require some uncomfortable choices. They require you releasing things that drain you emotionally and mentally. They require you trusting in the universe and having faith in the way that things are coming through. They require you trusting in yourself and releasing old identities that no longer serve you. They require you nurturing, supporting, and caring for yourself. They require you trusting in your vision and the steps that you're taking, and they require your inner vision. Okay? Beautiful, beautiful message. Powerful message. But ultimately, thresholds feel uncomfortable because they require a choice. A choice between the familiar and the future. A choice between fear and faith. A choice between carrying and releasing. A choice between the old story and the new chapter. And the beautiful thing is this. The moment you release what no longer belongs, movement returns. Energy returns. Possibility returns. Hope returns. Not because life suddenly changed, because you did. And that changes everything. So if this message resonated with your spirit, comment, I release the weight. Leave it at that, because that is the frequency of this reading. Not struggle, not resistance, not attachment, not release, freedom. Freedom. So it's not just about releasing, but it is about releasing what no longer serves you. The freedom that comes with that, the forward movement and the breakthrough. I love you. I honor you. I send you all my light, my love, and my blessings. And I will see you all in my next reading.